Call this hearing to order. Today we will consider the nominations of Kathleen Hartnett White to be a member of the Council of Environmental Quality, the CEQ, and Andrew Wheeler to be Deputy Administrator of the Environmental Protection Agency. Before I speak about the nominees, I want to reiterate remarks that I made last week on the Senate floor that are applicable to today's hearing. All year long, Democrats have been putting up roadblocks to President Trump's nominations. Democrats have been forcing 30 hours of debate on even some of the most bipartisan of President Trump's nominees. But then those Democrats have not been showing up to use the time for the debate, the 30 hours. In the past, both sides would agree to waive the time requirements and to move on to other Senate business. But today, many Democrats insist on cloture votes and then insist that we waste hour after hour on the Senate floor, even when there's no one on the floor to debate the nominees that are in front of us. It's time to end this pointless spectacle. We have nearly 100 nominees for important jobs in the administration on the executive calendar awaiting a vote on the Senate floor. The Environment and Public Works Committee has reported 11 nominees to the full Senate for approval, only 2 of whom have received votes on the Senate floor so far. I'm pleased that we'll be able to vote on another this week, but unfortunately it required cloture and another 30 hours of debate time. As of last Friday, there have been 51 cloture votes on President Trump's nominees. In comparison, the previous 4 administrations had only a total of 7 cloture votes on their nominees at this point in their administrations. That would be Bill Clinton, Barack Obama, and both Presidents Bush. Democrats are not using the Senate rules for debate or deliberation, only for delay. It is therefore time to change the rules and go back to the process that Senator Schumer supported in 2013 and 2014. Today, the schedule allows us to do only 1 or 2 nominations in a typical week. If we go back to the 2014 Schumer standard, we could clear multiple nominations in a day. Now I'd like to turn to today's nominees. President Trump has nominated Kathleen Hartnett White to be a member of the CEQ. The President intends to designate her as the chair of the CEQ upon her confirmation by the Senate. CEQ is established pursuant to the National Environmental Policy Act, the implementation of which the CEQ oversees. CEQ is responsible for coordinating federal environmental efforts. It develops and recommends national policies to the President that promote the improvement of environmental quality. James Cowton, who is the former chair of the CEQ under President George W. Bush, said this of Ms. White. He said, "She is clearly highly qualified, adept, and has a breadth of experience." Ms. White currently serves as a Distinguished Senior Fellow in Residence and Director of the Armstrong Center for Energy and Environment at the Texas Public Policy Foundation, which she joined in 2008. From 2001 to 2007, she served as Chairman and Commissioner of the Texas Commission on Environmental Quality. Ms. White has also served as a leader of the Lower Colorado River Authority, the Texas Water Development Board, the Texas Economic Development Commission, the Environmental Flows Study Commission, the Texas Emissions Reduction Advisory Board, the Texas Water Foundation, the National Cattlemen's Association, and the Texas Wildlife Association. I look forward to hearing from Ms. White how she will bring her breadth of experience to bear on CEQ. President Trump also nominated Andrew Wheeler to be Deputy Administrator of the EPA. The Deputy Administrator plays a central role in developing and implementing programs and activities focused on fulfilling the EPA's mission of protecting human health and the environment. The Deputy Administrator oversees agency-wide initiatives and coordinates important issues with EPA's regional and program offices. I was heartened by the ranking member's positive comments about Mr. Wheeler and his dedication to the EPA's mission. Our ranking member has previously stated, the fact that we've worked with him, we know him, he used to work with George Voinovich, who was one of my closest friends and allies on the environment, is certainly helpful. He went on to say, and I think having worked in the agency, he actually cares about the environment, the air we breathe, the water we drink, and the planet on which we live. Mr. Wheeler has spent over 25 years working in the environmental field, first as a career employee with the title of Environmental Protection Specialist at EPA for 4 years, then as the EPW's Clean Air Subcommittee Staff Director for 6 years, next as the EPW's Republican Staff Director and Chief Counsel for 6 years, and finally as a consultant and lobbyist for a large variety of energy and environmental clients for the last 8 years. We know how well qualified Mr. Wheeler is, and if confirmed, what a wealth of experience and expertise he will bring to a critically important role in protecting America's public health and safety. And as I turn to Senator Carper, I would also add, like your two sons, Andrew is also an Eagle Scout. I'd like to also now turn to the ranking member for his statement.